Silver nervously paced a darkened enclosure while an extremely tall black man watched her. "It isn't looking good, Africa. They just don't know what's in store for them." The solemn man nodded and said, "Bahati nzuri, miss." "If I can't even pronounce your real name, Africa, how do you think I'm going to suddenly understand Swahili?" Katie asked irritably. She anxiously looked down for a signal from the barker. Her bright green eyes flashed with annoyance at the delay, and she toyed with a button on her cropped jacket top. Her suit and long skirt were stylish, yet suggested a woman who was too busy to worry much about how she looked, and attractive enough to not have to worry. "Sorry, Africa, I'm beginning to think this idea of mine is as crazy as everyone said it was."
"You say this every time, Miss Silver," said Africa, smiling. "But the people love your work best of all."
"Not that they know it's mine, or would even believe that a woman could design park attractions," she sighed. At that, the barker finally looked up at Katie and gave her a signal. Katie smiled tightly at Africa and said, "It's time for our girls. Good luck, ladies." Down below, Corrigan moved through the now transfixed crowd toward Moon, who was speaking emphatically with the young couple. Suddenly, the animal cry roared through the air once again, followed by utter silence. The audience held its breath for a beat, and then gasped in amazement as 4 huge, lumbering elephants appeared at the top of the tower. They wavered a moment, and then, following some firm nudging from Katie and Africa, stepped onto flat-bottomed boats that were poised on the slides. Corrigan gaped along with the rest and then smiled.
"Aha! I think I know who came up with the hotel idea. My strawberry blonde seems to have beauty and brains."
The great beasts paused, clearly frightened. Then, in almost perfect unison, the boats began sliding down the chutes. The mammoth creatures reared their trunks in either joy or terror, or that mixture of the two that every child feels when they go on a ride. The astonished crowd leapt back as the elephant-weighted boats splashed into the pool and sent sprays of water coursing in every direction. Thunderous applause rang through the audience, causing the elephants to once again utter piercing cries, this time in seeming celebration of their feat. "It worked!" Katie jumped up and down. "They loved it, Africa! They loved it! Look at their faces!" Africa gave Katie an amused nod. Tilyu and Caps both doffed their hats and waved them in Katie's direction, to which she responded with a modest curtsy. Bursting with pride, she ran to look out again over the happy crowd. Still grinning up at her, Corrigan elaborately tipped his hat to her success. Buoyed by the crowd's reaction, Katie gave him a daring wink and a shrug as if to say, it was nothing." As Corrigan laughed appreciatively, she bolted back out of sight. Suddenly remembering his mission, Corrigan put a hand on Moon's shoulder, causing the grimy goon to jump out of his skin.
"Mr. Moon, displaying a new diaper line for these fine people?"
The couple exchanged worried looks and backed away slightly.
"Corrigan, I ain't doing nothing,"
Moon said, tittering nervously.
"Just here to meet with my niece."
Corrigan looked from him to the elegant young woman and then down at the baby.
I'm not seeing any resemblance any way you look at this. Are you peddling that baby?"
Flushed, the husband stepped forward.
"Look here. We didn't buy anything. This is our baby."
"No, it belongs to some poor mother in Hell's Kitchen,"
Corrigan all but shouted.
"What did you think? That it just popped out of a baby hatchery in Pleasantville?"
The young woman paled. "We didn't know. We just so badly want—" As she burst into tears, her husband pulled her to him. Moon tried to use the distraction to start his getaway, but Corrigan grabbed him.
"No kinky moves, Moon. You run, I'll catch you."
Moon glanced over at the young couple and gave them a resigned look. Corrigan relaxed his grip, and suddenly, as if on cue, Moon and the couple dashed off in opposite directions. Startled, Corrigan yanked out his gun and pointed it at Moon, but the squat man...